on equality and liberty. I thought I wanted equality, but time has passed. I have understood what that means, to seek to be equal to you, as though you were the goal of all existence. Equality means I ask of you. Liberty means I ask of myself, as any human deserves to do, to be their own definition of freedom, not a duplicate of someone else's, to define their own destinations, not to beg to follow someone else's. I don't want your crumbs, I want to bake my own cake, call it my own name, needing no ingredients from you, needing no agreements from you. Keep your equality, I prefer liberty, the right to sustain my life, whether or not you see me as equal. I choose liberty.
Hi guys, welcome to this video on Abantume. It's the first video of the year. I hope your year is going well so far. We are in the end of our first week, or maybe you celebrate your new year on your birthday like sometimes I do, because I feel like that's technically my new year, because that's when I came here. Actually I was here 9 months before, but anyway, not a part of the subject today. Today I want to talk about liberty and equality. Now, being someone who's really interested in alleviating oppression, also because being black and women, it makes you experience the world differently, obviously, because we do live in a world that is geared towards others having a lot of privilege, while many have very few privileges, if any at all. But I've been thinking about this in the past few years, in the idea of equality. What does it mean to be equal, to seek equality? Now, as a woman seeking equality towards men, being equal to men, is the idea that I will achieve that equality when I can do all things men can do, when I can be paid as a man, when I'm allowed into professions that are mostly dominated by men, when I'm respected in positions that are mostly held by men, when I am doing men-like things. In the same way, weirdly enough, when we think about equality, it doesn't apply the other way around, that men also being equal to women. Because in that sense, we do not see it as empowering being a woman. So for women to be empowered, they have to be like men. So, and it's the same that goes to racism, in the sense that black people, African people being treated equal to white people is the idea that we will be allowed to be represented as white people are, have education like white people do, have access to white spaces, have all these things. So basically we're saying our equality is based on us being allowed into the world that is created through white supremacy, through patriarchy, through capitalism, and so on. Now, even though when we do talk about equality, it does seem like a nice idea, at least for me in the beginning, the idea of saying I should have the same as you. But what we're really saying is you are the ideal being in the society, and I should be like you. Whereas liberty, I feel, is a bit more different for me. I feel like liberty is saying my existence, or my idea of how I should exist and how I should live and how I should feel powerful is not negotiable with you or your reality. In liberty, I'm not asking access or permission or validation or acceptance. Through liberty, my self-liberation, my knowing that just like people in those positions of power and privilege didn't ask us to have this position, or didn't ask us for the support to have this position, even though they use maybe means of violence and oppression to get to those positions, we also have that right, not to oppress other people, but the idea is the right to create our own reality, our own laws. So in that sense, maybe as a woman, I see For example, if I see motherhood as the most ideal way of being, if I see that as valuable, I do not need a patriarchal society to say, okay, yes, motherhood is important, or that me being the CEO of a big company is more powerful than me being a mom. Because in that reality, I'm not negotiating my values according to patriarchal values. It's the same way with racism again, that I'm not negotiating my progress or my existence through white supremacy. That also goes in this case of developed countries, in how we look at developed countries, and we are helping them not to be more like them and to sustain their economy, to sustain the way they live, the things they value, but we are supporting them to have education, government systems, infrastructure, all those things that are equal to what we see as the most developed countries. Now, if those things didn't matter, if we were looking for liberty, there would be no negotiation needed. If you're looking for equality, you're looking for a way in the already oppressive and already existent dominant culture. But looking for liberty is you knowing that you have the right to create your own, that your existence has the right to create its own path, its own values, and so on. So as time has progressed and me really questioning what does it mean to be equal to, and where's the measuring stick or direction or path towards equality, and seeing that it's often towards those same people who maybe uphold our oppression, I was like, that doesn't really seem like a healthy path or a healthy progression. We should be able to value our existence despite the values that this society has deemed as worthy of our existence. We should be able to create our own means of development, or our own means of empowerment that are for us, by us, and not having to compete with saying like, okay, we should be ruthless in our positions as women. We should be just, even sometimes more, because we're trying to prove that we belong here and we have the right to also rule this company, or as exploitive as our colleagues who are male and who this thing maybe was created to support and not us. And it's the same with Black people, in the sense that when we are negotiating our existence towards white supremacy, we are literally saying that our success is in us having what white people have, in us achieving the goals white people have created for themselves. And I really don't think that is what I want. I don't think that is where I want to go. So for me, I think seeking liberty is more freeing. Seeking liberty is more allowing, because it shows me that yes, of course, there's enough space for everybody on this planet, which is something I really believe in, but also believing that yes, I also have agency over my existence, just like a white male might have. I too have agency over my existence, and I don't need the approval or the acceptance into that world. I can totally create my own understanding of that world, right? My own idea of that path, my own idea of that development. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share with you guys. I hope it was of benefit. And always, this is stuff that I'm learning, that I am building on, learning more about. It's important to always question even the things that seem to empower you. Why are they created this way? Because then you realize, is this thing really empowering me, or is it compromising me? Right? If you have some ideas, if you have other things to add to those insights, if you have another understanding of equality and liberty, please do share. Otherwise, I wish you a beautiful day, and I'll see you in my next video, guys. Bye!